It claims we are live. Here,
All right.
baby.
Carlbot says we are. At least in. I'm not sure where we're live at.
It's like right here.
Okay, honey. Sorry, everybody. I'm about to help my daughter. She woke up with back spasms on the level of mine. I feel really bad for her. She is not used to this. I've been living with it for 6 years. So my heart goes out to my baby girl. She slept wrong and is paying the dearest price for it. All right. Are you still there, Dee?
I'm still here trying to recuperate myself.
Mother,
What?
I have like pimples and
It's
scabs.
fine. It won't make a difference. Give me your back.
Okay, look. Like right there.
This is lidocaine and menthol patch. Okay,
How
it's
long
gonna.
until it dries?
It doesn't dry, honey. It just sticks to you. There. Sorry.
That's
Is it
okay.
gonna wet my clothes?
No, it's not gonna wet your clothes. Just you're good.
Uh,
Go.
oh,
She
I'm
doesn't.
not laughing at you, baby.
no. Oh, I'm suffering.
Are you okay?
I'm suffering, Mother.
You're suffering. I bet your cramps will never feel like anything again. Once you have a worse pain, it seems like nothing. You'll be all right, baby
Well, it
girl.
seems like nothing till
Hello to all the people in the audience. I apologize. I am congested to all hell. My head feels like it's about to explode. The usual.
Uh huh. And they had to work overtime today. So we had the brat even later than usual till after 5 o'clock. And yeah, whatever. At least,
Yes. At
at least
least he was relatively well behaved today.
relative. Put that in a context that I could understand.
Well, you were able to get some chores done.
I was for about almost 30 minutes, maybe 25.
Then, if you hit loop, you would have had a lot longer.
It didn't go good the second time.
Second time wasn't as good.
So I'll wait and
All
see
right.
what happens tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
he'll forget.
yeah,
And
forget and maybe be fascinated by it again. But we'll see. So
fingers
my
crossed.
she's congested. My head is pounding, and my head is pounding, and everything on my body hurts. I think I have the illness that they all had. And here they're saying, I think I mentioned it, the cold, the flu, RSV, COVID, and what am I missing, Crazy B? One other?
How do you get all of those at the same time?
No, but I'm saying they're all going around. And
Oh
so
yeah. Oh
that,
yeah. That it's that time of year. It's that
yes.
time of year.
So, I could have COVID and not know it, or I could have the flu and not know it, or I could have just it's more than a cold. I could have something else. But yeah, the doctor's offices, that's been the thing. They really, now they want you to buy those test strips. They're doing a 3-in-1. I think I saw a 4-in-1 that will test for COVID, the flu. Hmm. I can't remember the third thing. Probably if you're alive or dead. I don't remember, but uh, I'll tell you what. I was looking out the back window today, and I saw all that pollen and that ragweed, and no wonder why our heads are can't breathe and our sniffs
Uh
go
huh.
empty, and you get up and the car is just covered in green. At least it is when you live in the country.
Down here it's like a neon yellow
Yeah.
looking color.
Yes, that's a better description of it. A neon green. Uh-huh. It's probably, what was that movie called? Solient Green, or no, what was that called? Oh wow, that goes back way, way back. I'll have to think of the name of that. That had to be in the late 60s, perhaps. Solvent Green, maybe it was called. A green
I
sea.
think I know what you're talking about, but I am not 100% on it because I'm just my brain. I mean, this
So,
morning it took my daughter and I an hour and two web browsers to find a Dr. Seuss movie she was trying to remember from her childhood.
uh,
So, yeah, there's that.
sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. So, mhm. Yeah, my brain, yeah, it's just that's where my brain is today.
So
Hey,
you want to,
Sterling,
hi
good to
Stir,
see you here. Solvent Green. Yep.
yes, Solvent Green, yep. I think they used, I think back in the day, my dad was a window washer, so they called it, uh, was it called Soylax?
I
I,
am not sure
yeah,
because I'm not familiar with window washing.
it was that. It was on the order of like if you use spick and span, the original was that lime greenish color.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yes.
It was on the order of that, but it was an industrial strength one that he used to clean windows with, and I think they used that in gel form to make that movie, to be honest with you.
Okay.
That had to be something like that. It was a green slime that took over the town. I don't remember how the whole movie up, but
Oh, I remember there was a. Oh, it was Soylent. My bad. My
oh,
bad. Thank you, Arby. Soylent Green.
Soylent. Well, we were close. We got the, we said what, solvent?
Yeah.
Well, we were
And
just
well,
about
and then
close.
Sterling wrote it right, but my brain said dyslexia kick in.
Well, you know. All right, we got a lot to cover tonight, so we're not going to piss around as much as possible. But that doesn't say we're not going down the rabbit hole. So
Yep.
we got up next, Crazy B.
What we have up first
First,
is the breaking news from about, I believe it was 6 hours ago.
okay.
Oh, hey, Blue Rose. Nice to see
Hey,
you.
Blue.
We have up an update on that police shooting that broke just as we were ending yesterday.
Right.
So let's hit play and get this day rolling.
Tragedy in York County that took the lives of 3 police officers. They were shot when a suspect opened fire on them as they were serving a warrant.
And we know that 2 other officers were also shot. They were critically wounded but survived. Now, a short time ago, a law enforcement source confirmed to Action News the alleged gunman is 24-year-old Matthew Ruth. This morning, Drone 6 got a first look at where all of this unfolded. This is a farmhouse in North Cadorus Township. The suspect was shot and killed by police.
Action News reporter Catherine Scott has the very latest.
Today, authorities are looking for evidence in multiple locations as this investigation continues. Today, Drone 6 was over the farmhouse and fields in North Cadorus Township, where 5 officers were shot yesterday as police were serving a warrant. 3 of the officers died. The other 2 taken to the hospital in critical but stable condition.
This is an absolutely tragic and devastating day for York County and for the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Last night, as police and emergency vehicles formed a procession to the coroner's office, people stood silently and together on the streets of York County. Some with their hands on their hearts, others holding flags to honor the fallen officers.
Once I heard this procession was happening, I decided just to come down, just to pay my respects. These police officers go to work every day not knowing whether they're going to come home or not.
Authorities say the officers were following up on a domestic-related investigation from the day before. Police say the gunman was fatally shot by the officers.
There was so many gunshots I couldn't begin to tell you how many it was. It was just a total total pandemonium.
Pennsylvania State Police have taken over calls for service in York County.
There are simply no words that I can offer to assuage the grief that this community has experienced and unfortunately will continue to experience. The grief will be unbearable, but we will bear it.
A lot of questions remain today. We expect to learn more information throughout the day. From the Satellite Center, Catherine Scott, Channel 6 Action News.
Go see Daddy. Go.
So that's another thing that's just absolutely devastating to happen. It's, again, we're already short-staffed with police from that stupid defund the police movement. And you watch, there's going to be jackasses online cheering about it. Yep. I got 2 middle fingers for them. It's not okay.
Got the suspect.
They did get the he's dead. Right. No more domestic violence on his part.
Right. And, you know, and who's going to want to go into the field of law enforcement?
Very few people.
Correct.
Makes it even harder.
That's right. You hear shit like this. I mean, I don't know the circumstances surrounding why it took. I don't know. 5-on-1 just seems a massive.
5-on-1, and all 5 of them still got hit. What the hell?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's alarming.
Yeah, there's probably some mistakes that were probably made. I hate to say it.
Well, again, we're pushing police officers through the academies as quick as possible.
True, and they
don't need them.
Yep, and that is true. I mean, if you look at any of the statistics, they're indicating that they're being pushed quicker out of academies and even quicker into detective roles and other higher level roles than they traditionally would be. They're not getting the one-on-one with an experienced officer that normally, you know, the days of traveling to Carr ended long ago.
Well, that's what Art brought up just in the chat, not to mention the veterans cops that were lost because of the jab requirements.
Correct. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's
absolutely wild.
Uh-huh. It's bullcrap.
That it is. That it is. And it makes you wonder, again, like you said, now who the hell's going to want to go into it?
Right.
The idiots with a superiority complex?
I don't know.
Leading to more bad apples and corruption in the police departments?
Yeah. And domestic violence is always one of the hardest. Well, they all are. All the calls for anything violent in nature.
Art's coming in late. The warrant was for a domestic situation the night before.
Right.
5 cops were shot. 3 of them died. 2 of them in critical but stable, trying to serve a warrant to 1 guy. But the suspect's dead. The cops did get him.
At what cost?
Exactly. At what cost? Was it really worth it over a frickin' warrant?
Right.
Like, just take the paper and show up in court.
And I'll tell you what, I hope whoever it was, his significant other, is not, oh my gosh, you shot him, or oh, you shot my boyfriend.
I can tell you that will be her response because of the mentality that comes from domestic problems.
Right.
You still love the person. You don't want them dead. Even if they are abusive, you don't want them dead. You just want them to stop being abusive because you still love the person they were.
I don't know about that, Crazy B.
Been through it. I'm talking from personal experience.
Yeah.
So.
Just saying. I
I
wish
hate to
my
see it, but
abuser
that's
dead
the
more than once.
mentality that a lot of women are stuck in.
Yeah, I I wish my abuser dead more than once. Let's just say and leave it at that. And that would not be my current spouse, Eric. So my
Yeah.
own spouse. But we'll leave that at that. Violence is, it,
Violence is
I
never
mean,
acceptable.
right. I mean, if you've even seen somebody hooked on drugs where it takes maybe 5 or 6, 7, 8 police officers to take 'em one strung out, going absolutely like has superhuman strength,
Hmm.
and they are not able to take them down. So it's possible.
Um, as for Art, we don't know if he was a frequent flyer for this thing or if it was a first time. Um, I can make an assumption about it based on what happened, but I don't want to say for sure he was because I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm sure
but
that'll come out over the next few weeks.
yeah, they just this was as of the last couple hours from the
Hmm.
press conference that was held. So all we know is that it was a domestic the night before. There were no details. And that was another curious case, because this isn't the first time, Crazy B. You and I actually just had this conversation about domestic violence. And,
Hmm.
uh, where I live, police are not permitted to leave both parties in the home without and walk away. They're not permitted to. Somebody has to leave. Somebody either has to go stay at a friend's house, stay at a hotel, if if somebody isn't being taken to jail. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Uh,
Yep.
Usually the aggressor, if there's signs of abuse, normally somebody is going to be taken to jail.
Yeah.
But if they deem it appropriate, then they will even drive that person to the hotel or to the friend's house if there's no ride available, but they're not permitted to leave the two in the house together.
And every state is different on that.
Hmm. Which
And it
is,
might even be different city to city.
it's possible the municipalities are different. Uh,
Hmm.
what does Art say there? He's seen guys rip
Oh,
card. Yeah.
um,
And,
here, let me make it larger.
I've seen guys rip doors off of the car when they're high on the right stuff. Oh, the old days. LOL. Yeah.
Herbie.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. My
Mm-hmm.
favorite three-letter thing that the government helped
Is
create.
Doesn't that stand for primary care physician?
Normally, but
I
in the
thought.
context of what they're talking about, nope.
I know, but I'm just saying that's primary care physician. In California, at least one will have to be in jail. Wives used to use that to move out too. Says,
Yep.
yes. Yeah, that would get them away. Oh, so somebody would be in jail, typically the man, and then the wife could usually escape from him. And purple cauliflower pie. Never had it, RB, and don't think I want to try it. I do like purple cauliflower, but not in a pie. And the chat is going to be going crazy tonight.
Yes, it is.
And by the way, we will be uh live streaming 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. Charlie Kirk's funeral. For those of you that want to join us, we'll be here. If not, we will at least be making our comments as the funeral procession
Maybe we
goes
should
on.
also pull together some of his best clips and play them in between.
I had that for afterwards.
Oh, you got it for afterwards? Okay.
Yeah, not during. I had that all pulled for.
Okay. We can do that the next day.
Yeah.
Or whatever the next show is. Yeah.
But you don't know. It looks pretty good, but you've never had it, so you can't. You chicken shit. Okay. So what's Art say? The wife says he hit me. The cops take him off on Friday. He can't get out of jail till Monday. Yeah, they get angry and they might take it out on the cops. Yep.
Cheese, cauliflower pastry, onion, and mushroom spices sounds okay to me. Oh, that does sound good.
Pass. At least today we're gonna pass.
I'll eat it. Send me some.
So what?
Purple cauliflower pie.
What?
Okay, what do we have next, Crazy Bee?
Okay, before my son asks too many questions and I get in trouble. Damn it, my lungs. All right, here we go. Jimmy Kimmel, finding out.
Is that the Jimmy Kimmel right there?
No, not the Jimmy Kimmel right there. That's not Jimmy Kimmel. But let's hit play.
ABC has just announced here that they will be preempting the very well-known show Jimmy Kimmel Live indefinitely. That's confirmed by ABC, and it comes at a very tense time with many of the issues we've been covering tonight. There was a backlash on the right because Jimmy Kimmel, after the Charlie Kirk shooting, made the statement that he viewed, quote, new lows with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and with everything they can to score political points from it, end quote. I've just read part of what Jimmy Kimmel had said, which includes what sounds like an inaccurate reference to the shooter. We've followed, of course, that case closely on this broadcast. Andrew Weissman, DOJ and FBI veteran, is here with me. And I kind of want to start with saying this is a pretty big piece of news when you look at the backlash or punishment of speech, something we've been covering. Right. Also, I would say in a news broadcast, if that were on ABC, you would be probably expected to issue corrections or deal with any material that, deliberately or not, over time became inaccurate, right? I don't actually have the exact date of that statement. I just wanted to let viewers know that. And the FCC leader under Donald Trump had also publicly called for this outcome. So there's been both public but specific government pressure. Your reaction to this news?
Well, one, it's worth taking a pause because we will learn more about exactly what the statements are and sort of how this came about. When I hear this, I divide it very much as you said. What has the government done versus what has a private actor like ABC done? So first, with respect to the government, that's where it's exactly the conversation we were just having with Katie.
The
government. Yep, got it.
Isn't Weissman the one that was in trouble for
something in the FBI? Yeah. He got in trouble for something or did something or wouldn't do something and everybody hated him. I remember the name.
Yeah, let me look him up while we're.
But I want to point out that Jimmy Kimmel has freedom of speech, even if it's stupid. I don't know if they legally had grounds to shut him down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, so what was bad about Charlie Kirk? That's his freedom of speech.
He didn't call for more violence. He just said that the right was jumping the gun and claiming, where the political leanings were for the shooter. I hate to say it, but I that falls within freedom of speech.
He might not be wrong.
And he's not a news station. He's an entertainment program. He's not a news program. So I kind of hold the ground. He's under his First Amendment rights, and the government's overstepping.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. So maybe he's right. They're just trying to silence.
No.
Well, I think he's been on air negative long enough. I don't care. Freedom of speech. He's no different than The View, in my opinion. The View needs to be taken down just like he does. The problem here that I have with it is the platform. And I mean, what center or right leaning show, there's only one I can think of, that doesn't even pale in comparison
I know.
to what is said on these late night talk shows. You know, if there was, I don't even care if you ganged up 3-1 or whatever, but there's not even a 1 anymore. You know, it was Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, who else? I don't
I
even
mean,
know.
they lost Bill Maher. Bill
Yeah,
Maher's officially siding with us.
right.
Hey, Vanilla. Great to see you.
Hi, Vanilla. Good to see you. I'm not sure, why, somebody couldn't be in the media on the right. And the closest person right now that I know of, and there could be others out there that I'm unaware of because I don't watch mainstream media, and that would be Greg Gutfeld, would be the closest to the.
There's that one guy on CNN who's been doing a heck of a lot of pushback lately. That Scott Jennings.
Yes, but I'm talking about in entertainment.
Oh,
Like as an like at late night TV kind of thing.
oh,
Greg Gutfeld does a show at 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. I think it's 11:30.
yeah,
Might be 11.
yeah. That I think that's it then for the late
Yeah,
night show entertainment
right.
stuff. Yeah.
There's nobody else that I'm aware of that's in the mainstream media, and Greg is only on Fox. So I don't even consider that mainstream. So
I remember when they wanted to fire him for something he
uh-huh.
said.
Yes.
He
So
wouldn't toe the line on some stupid shit. He refused to cave, and he's like,
right.
"Fire me, go for it."
Yep.
Basically.
Who, Jimmy Kimmel?
Art says, timing is everything. Saying it the day after the event is very different than saying it 3 Mondays later. It was pretty insensitive, and there's going to be a huge response from the Kirk camp. That
Okay.
is true.
Well, if that's the case, and Jimmy Kimmel gets free speech, then so does every teacher
No,
that.
he's not saying give him a pass.
I know he's not, but I'm going to
Oh,
argue that if we say that Jimmy Kimmel gets a pass, then everybody, all those teachers that were fired, should have their jobs back. Anybody that was.
actually, they can because no, they're not one. It wasn't the federal government that fired them. That was the individual institution that fired them. They
Right.
have their own policies and handbooks. I
Right.
don't know what ABC's handbook says, but the
Right.
fact that Trump pushed for it, and
Right.
then
But they're not a federal. Yeah.
with her, all of a sudden, hate speech exists after they spent how many years under Biden claiming hate speech was free
Doesn't
speech.
exist. That's correct. And ABC is not a federal government.
So
It's
if they want, well, the FCC is the one that forced a shutdown, I believe, of
correct.
him.
Correct. So if the FCC took a look at it, I would think that they would consider it to be pretty egregious. However, Chuck Schumer wants to have the new chair of the FCC. He wants him to resign for violating the First Amendment rights
Which
of.
is where I'm stuck in the middle. I think he has his freedom of speech here, And the federal government, because the FCC is literally the federal government controlling the media, they may have overstepped on this one. I don't like the guy, but yeah,
Wow.
there's the difference. And he did not call for violence. He said some insensitive shit. He said some absolutely. But then again, the people who instantly assumed he was a leftist, despite, well, I mean, obviously the evidence is always there, the pattern is there. But again, we could say that they are wrong for jumping the gun and making the assumption without proof. I mean, he basically just pointed that out. And I agree, obviously the pattern's there. But where does the First Amendment and the FCC, where, like, did they overreach is my question.
I don't know their what the thought process was on their decision making, but at this point, Greg said it at the beginning of the show yesterday, and
We let it go for too long being the nice guys. I
I'm,
know.
I'm down for it. So whatever, let them appeal it.
All I know is that if it holds up in court, guess what they could use against us down the road?
Yeah, but shit. This is nothing. We don't even have a show on mainstream media for them to cancel.
I
So
know, that's the funny part.
you don't need to worry about it.
Oh my God.
Sorry, sorry that, but it's true. We don't.
It is. It is.
But,
I'm absolutely willing to admit I get it. It's true.
but
But if one day down the road, when there is more right wing speech and balance, they could use it against us because we set the precedents.
Yeah, fuck that precedent.
Honestly, though, in my
I didn't
opinion, I
mean
think
to
we're
say that.
balancing the precedents because those jackasses did what during COVID, and the Biden administration, every time we pointed out about the mental illness, the mental decline, and all of that, we all got shut down and silenced and banned from social media.
Right.
But
what are you eating?
Rotisserie chicken cut up over salad with cheddar cheese and ranch dressing.
No, you're not.
Oh, I'm taking my last bite.
Oh, that's so wrong. I'm
It
sorry.
was not wrong at all. It was delicious, and oh my God, it was so yummy. Hot chicken on a nice crisp bowl of lettuce, the purple cabbage, and the carrot strips. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right, hit play and we'll finish.
I'm sorry, I'm terrible.
Government needs to be really respectful of different viewpoints, even when you think that what is being said is inaccurate or deplorable or both. And so that, to me, is the more problematic thing, where you'd want to know exactly what were they doing, because you really are not supposed to engage in sort of viewpoint discrimination. Now, a private actor is a very different story. The private actor is entitled to voice their opinions and what they have to say. But a company can also have certain, restrictions on what they do. But again, news organizations, they both have to be accurate. They have to be fair. They, as you know, from time to time will issue retractions and corrections. But also, news organizations should be the first to be defending the First Amendment.
Yes, and while we are just getting this is brand new. We know that Brendan Carr, the FCC chief, had talked about this and talked about potentially using government power and fines. He said they really should pull Kimmel. We've been covering what has been both the widespread condemnation of the terrible political violence connected to the Kirk shooting. At least the governor and others have discussed it in that manner. That case goes forward. But then you have the fact that Donald Trump has agitated against Jimmy Kimmel for years around the Colbert ending of that show, which the parent company said was a business.
Hold on, I gotta pause this. Colbert and all of them deserved the pushback they got. Hi, Cannabis.
Cannabis?
Hi, Cannabis.
But I think, these people, with the way they trash talked Trump Trump had every right to push back on him instead of grabbing a lawyer and getting a defamation suit against him.
Well, I'm just reviewing. I thought Weissman was in, for some reason, I thought he was in hot water for some reason.
I
But
thought so too. His name's familiar.
yeah, he was the prosecuted Paul Manafort, Trump's campaign manager. But this past March, Trump issued an executive order against the lawyer firm that that Weissman now works for. He suspended the security clearance of lawyers and restricted their access to government buildings, officials, and federal contracting work.
That sounds like revenge.
The order also specifically mentioned the firm's employment of Weissman. The firm is involved in challenging a number of policies by the Trump administration since his second term. Weissman has been with MSNBC since 2019. And then in 2023, he started a MSNBC podcast called Prosecuting Donald Trump with fellow former prosecutor Mary McCord. They won the Webby winner and the People's Voice winner in the Crime and Justice section.
They must have bots listening to them.
Honest to goodness.
That sounds like one of the more boring things, and it's such a limited topic.
I mean, how could you possibly? I don't even want to know.
I think they paid for bots. What do you? I mean, that's all I could come up with.
All right, hit play.
Let's hit play.
Trump darkly posted Kimmel is next. They have been feuding for years. And so even for those who might be very justifiably concerned about any statement or misstatement about that violence or Kirk, how do you view this from the oversight perspective of whether or not this has to also be reviewed for whether the government was trying to do the political bidding of the president to get rid of a critic?
Yeah, well, look, CEG Lisa Cook, where that is exactly what she is saying, which is that she is being targeted so that he can control the Fed. I do think that it is important for the news to be able to cover whether somebody is politicizing a tragedy. And there may be a time and place for that discussion. It may not be appropriate to do right at the moment it is happening because it is a tragedy, and that it should maybe not be the first thing that you cover. But that is, if it is happening, that is something that does have to be covered. And so it really can't be that you are in the government calling on sanctions because you simply don't want to be criticized. That is core to the First Amendment.
And to kind of narrow in on what you're saying, you're talking about what in the law would be a pretext, that you have a politician who's gone after a critic for years, and then something else happens and is being used or misused. But again, the involvement today, very publicly, of the FCC, of the Federal Communications Commission, which has oversight of these broadcasting networks, that's supposed to be for things other than the president silencing critics, right? I mean, that's not the FCC's official role.
So in terms of pretext, let's just take it back to your show tonight, where we started by talking about Kash Patel. There are many people who listened to that, I'm sure, who said, I think what he said was false. And some people may have thought it was deliberately false. So where is the government outcry over that? And so when you're seeing this as outcry over person A, but not person B, and person B happens to be, your ally, but person A is your enemy, this is not rocket science to know what is going on. And frankly, Donald Trump is very open about sort of weaponizing the levers of power.
I'm curious, both in your role as a lawyer, but also as an intelligent person and around these worlds, what you think that the early big pressures have been on influential figures in entertainment. In Colbert, even though they stipulated it was for a different reason, but Trump was very vocal against him, and what looks to be tonight about Kimmel. What does that tell us?
So I'm going to tell you a very quick story. When I had lunch with my parents and I asked them about the McCarthy era, Joseph McCarthy,
Sure.
and I said, compare that, living through that, and living through Trump 1.0. And they said that 1.0 was better because at least then there were people speaking up and you didn't feel alone, and that there was a real
Things that didn't happen for 400.
I think it might be things that didn't happen for 800.
You want to go with 800 and then a daily double on top of it?
There you go. Ding, 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 ding. All right, why don't we end it there?
We know this is a heavily left-leaning,
Yes.
and thanks to Obama, they're allowed to. And even before Obama, well, no, Obama repealed the whole propaganda use being banned in the media. But before that, I mean, I mean, it was starting in the 80s and 90s, and it just went rampant since Obama was in office.
I have a question.
Right.
What, son?
How long has that guy who's in the lead of Israel been in the lead of Israel?
A very long time, minus I think 1 or 2 times that he was not in office. He got voted out and then got voted back in.
Very suspicious.
Okay, why don't you do some research on it and have it ready, and we can do an entire background on Netanyahu, a whole biography on him. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, but again, with the left-leaning propaganda stuff and the twisting of the news, that's been going on forever, unfortunately.
Right. I think
Yes.
that, well, if you listen to, I think the issue that I have is both Kimmel and the people on The View, when, Biden wanted to create or he did create the misinformation, disinformation department, right? That was created. And then they got huge pushback. And so it went bye-byes. I think that their commentary and their points are oftentimes truly misinformation. So they are deliberate, and I think it's intentional on their part that they provide this info. And I think the issue is that millions of viewers watch these programs and believe what they hear. That's the problem I personally have with it. If you listen to The View, if you listen to Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel probably isn't as bad as the women on The View are, but
Very true.
he rates up there with them.
Yes.
He's up there, but the women of The View are absolutely off their chain. And so I don't really personally have a problem with them being reined in for a while. And I would expect that the right be done as well. I mean, again, when you're having these larger audience members and people leave going, yeah, I believe that, yeah, getting that jab, that'll save lives. Okay. All right, we'll do it. And I'll have everybody and, force everybody and tell everybody I know to get it. From, who to vote for, and, Whoopi won't even call the president, you know, the president in the White House. She's like that
Yeah.
man, that man. I mean, I don't know. Again, it goes back to,
Well, the right isn't much better when they just kept calling him Brandon after that mess up at the
True.
NASCAR.
You let go,
again,
Brandon?
again, I didn't hear that on TV. That I wasn't hearing.
Actually, you're right. You're right. On mainstream TV, you're right. They didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They made fun of
And
it for a minute,
and it wasn't
but
till
never
the end.
continued.
Yeah, and it wasn't till the end of Biden's presidency that the mainstream media decided that they were going to turn and rag on him, and we
Hmm.
saw things like Saturday Night Live make fun of him. You know, him and Kamala, whatever you want to call her.
Hmm.
You saw what other channel made fun of South Park, I believe, did something with one of them. So,
Always do.
you
South
know,
Park has been notorious since they came out,
What?
so
making fun of the different presidents.
right. So
Sure.
I don't have a problem. And I did want to make a comment to something I saw in the chat earlier, and that was to Art about making Charlie Kirk's funeral a spectacle.
Yeah.
I'm venturing to say that it's going to be, considering it's in a stadium, and yeah, we'll leave it
Well,
at that.
I'll tell you, I'm already a little bit pissed at Netanyahu for turning his speech of how dare people say I went after Charlie Kirk, but then turns it Charlie supported most of the movements of Israel and what we stand for. He turned it into a propaganda piece. I'm not thrilled
Yeah,
with him.
yeah, it's going to be, I think,
Typical politician.
yes, I think it's going to be a political, we talked about this yesterday.
Hmm.
Was it to be more personalized, or more the public to see? And I think it's probably for the public, in that he was a world renowned uh,
Hmm.
figurehead. So I could see that being done. Otherwise, I would question it probably heavier, but I don't, I don't know. I don't even know yet how
I
I
can see why they would have a public one, but I do hope the burial service is private.
yes, yes. And
I
it's,
do hope they do.
yeah, it's going to depend on what it looks like. I feel like we're going to be, like those royal commentators. I'm going to try my damnedest to just watch and keep my mouth shut, but
Hi,
that's,
Mama Mac. Yes, on Tuesdays and Thursdays we are doing 7 to 9, and Wednesdays and Fridays we are doing 3 to 5.
yeah, MommaMak, great to see you.
Go visit Alblama if you want some
Yes,
tinctures.
yes,
I've got the oh no, I got to put the description back in
yes.
for people. I got to put it back in the description. We had to change a few things, and I forgot to add a few links. I'm still correcting it as we go because I made a few changes and my dingbat ass never saved the original and just yeah, long story.
Yes, it's good to see you. But yeah, we won't know until we see it what it's going to look like. I hope it
Yeah,
isn't a spectacle, but
I pray it's not.
right,
But then again, the community and the company he kept was a very political group.
correct. Yep.
Leftist. Oh, Blue Rose just sent this.
Just
Um,
yeah, go ahead. You got it.
yes, I do. 1 second. This is funny. How much you guys want to bet something gets burnt down or destroyed? Um, damn it, I didn't grab the right link. I grabbed the link to the actual
Fine,
um
fine.
yeah, the fucking thing. Never mind. 1 second.
One moment, please, while Crazy B.
Oh, is it coming through?
Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Well, let's be clear about what happened. ABC did not cancel this show in a vacuum.
He did was call out the fact that they are using the murder of Charlie Kirk to come after, they're cynically using it to come after their political opponents. Was he right about that? Yes! Did they prove him right once again when they came after him? Yes! All right.
Did y'all prove Trump right when y'all dragged his ass through court, made him pay millions of dollars to a chick who openly has admitted all but openly said, I lied about the sexual assault case? And shall we keep going?
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure, we're keeping the balance here. But let's continue listening to this nonsense.
All right, Jimmy Kimmel needs to be brought back on air immediately.
Yes, he does.
And I want to echo everyone, including Jim Keedy, who very powerfully talked about how what we are facing now is not just another bad president. We are facing fascism.
Yes. Kimmel stays, Trump must go. 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 Okay, we're gonna hear from
people that are 10.
What democracy looks like?
This is what democracy looks like.
Damn right it is. I just want to read a few quotes and then I'm going to go. Some quotes that inspire me. Should the government censor speech it doesn't like? Of course not. The FCC does not have a roving mandate to police speech in the name of the public interest. Here's another one, same person. Political satire is one of the oldest and most important forms of free speech. It challenges those in power while using humor to draw more people into the discussion. That's why people in influential positions have always targeted it for censorship.
That wasn't.
Does anyone know who I'm quoting? I'm quoting Brandon Carr.
Was that you, Dee?
Yeah, that was me. That wasn't political satire.
No, it wasn't. Political satire is Monty Python.
This is bullcrap.
And I love me some Monty Python.
Well, we already said one thing we can't stand today. We won't say another, but go ahead.
I mean, do we really want to listen to 2 more minutes of this BS?
Not really. No, but
okay.
It'll be
the link's in the description if you want to hear more.
Yeah, my head hurts to hear too much screaming.
I can't read it out loud because I'll get in trouble, but exactly. Yep. Cannabis.
Yep. 100%. Yeah, why were we all censored when we kept saying something different was up?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Oh, I missed a lot in the chats, but it's mostly people just catching up. Okay. But yeah, this is absolute pure blazing insanity. It really, truly is.
Oh, yeah. Art says he's open to the idea Trump put his thumb on the scale with Kimmel, but Kurt was really popular in Kimmel's key demographic too, so Kimmel did it to himself as well. I don't doubt that, Art. I'm sure he picked up the phone and was like, here's my chance. Let's try it.
Well, one of the things they had said earlier, Art said it, was that ABC might not even sue back because it was easier to get rid of him than the cost of keeping the show on. And Arby pointed out that his numbers were trash.
Yeah.
There's people on YouTube who get more views than the late night shows do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew they were trying to get rid of Fallon for his numbers, and I heard talk, I think, about Kimmel, but it seemed like he was hanging in there, so I don't know. And probably like Rachel Maddow, I think, is still on. Now, she's not obviously entertainment, although sometimes she's pretty freaking stupidly funny. But, so a lot of these higher paid, whatever you want to call them, reporters, entertainers, opinion people, these organizations are probably looking at them to go.
Yeah.
Like I would tell you that Sean Hannity, for as much as he has done or whatever, I bet you Fox would be glad he would go. You know what I mean? If they could get rid of him somehow, I bet
Well,
they.
they're still trying to make sure they're not an echo chamber.
Right.
I think that's the only reason they keep some of these people around. Like CNN would have probably loved to have gotten rid of Scott Jennings.
Oh, big time.
Absolutely destroying all their BS as they spew it.
Right.
I mean, I got to give props to Scott Jennings because he's like the only one at the table
Right.
that isn't spewing propaganda. So,
If
I mean,
they.
he's not always accurate, but still, he's at least trying.
Right. Okay, what do we have next?
Um, Schumer, this is also on the lines of what's going on with this because Schumer's all upset and he's got his panties in a bunch.
Yeah, so this is just a brief summation. As I stated
Oh,
earlier.
you're away from your mic. You sound muffled.
Okay. That's probably just my voice. I'm so congested. I can't breathe. Schumer
No, you
calls.
sounded like your mic was under a pillow or somewhere
No,
else.
it's where it always is. Schumer calls on the FCC Carr to resign over Jimmy Kimmel suspension. Senate Minority Leaver. Yeah, here we go. Oh my God.
Lever 2000. Remember
Yeah.
the old soap commercials?
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm
That's
going to
because
shut up.
you put soap in my head. That's why. So Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, Democrat from New York, on Thursday called on Brendan Carr to be ousted as chair. That's it. As chair of the Federal Communication Commission, FCC, after ABC suspended comedian Jimmy Kimmel over comments about Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Yeah. He's always
So,
a way to make it political.
right. So the left is obviously calling out the right, and we'll probably hear more about this in the next couple days. We'll keep an eye on it, on what the Dems have to say about them pulling his show.
Yeah. Oh,
But
they're going to have a fit, but they didn't have a problem censoring all of us for like 5 years.
right, and even longer than that, I would
On
say.
other topics, yes. I
Right,
know. Trust me. I'm sitting with a
right.
few warnings that one more mess up, I'm a permanent gone person.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why I'm not on social media very often.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but yeah, they're gonna, like I said, he's got his panties in a bunch. And again, I'm not one of those typical tit for tat people, but it's time we start doing it right back to them. They did that for how many years now? All of since 2015 when Trump announced, it has been 10 years of this nonsense from them. Hey Mountain Goddess, good to see you.
Hi, Martin.
Uh,
It's good to see you.
so
Yeah,
yeah, I definitely yeah,
yeah. I told you, I'm done.
yep,
I'm done.
yep.
All right.
They get their panties in a bunch. I don't care. And you know, I posted a meme. No, I didn't post it, but I should have. It was the George Floyd when people were mourning George Floyd versus people mourning Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? It's not wrong. It wasn't wrong. Not a city is burning because of the people who are mourning Charlie Kirk.
That's correct.
This is officially, you know, I even talked, you know what blows my mind? My dad, 76 years old, knows who Charlie Kirk is and was a huge supporter. Blew my mind when I talked to him today. My dad knew who he was, very upset by this. And of course, I was hoping, my dad and I got talking. I'm like, I hope this helps my sister wake up. He's like, well, it woke her up a little bit, but she still thinks he was a racist and a misogynist and all that other crap. And I'm like, why am I not surprised? He's like, yeah, you know her. She's only going to get the headlines and not bother looking further into it.
And that,
Yep.
again, that's the issue that I have with these people having these platforms. You know,
Yep.
back in the day, it was it was satire. There was always some type of comedic relief to a show. But when you listen to a Jimmy Kimmel at the time, even Jimmy Fallon,
Uh-huh.
View, and all of that, you would think that they were on CNN.
Yeah.
Truly. And people believe this stuff. That's the problem I have.
And it's because they can't bother to look. And I'd put money on it that my sister was watching Destiny. I'd put money on it. That's where she was getting a lot of her news source, is people like him.
Mm-hmm.
Headline readers, no one bothering to look any further or listen to the videos of Charlie Kirk themselves. Why not just listen yourself
Right.
and stop trusting these people? And that's again, even when I was working, I at least didn't fall for propaganda because I knew if it was something inflammatory, it's best to look it up.
Right.
And that was Trump's first term when I was working. And then, yeah, all the way up until he got, up until 2020, well, 2019, when my car accident happened. But I mean, I was working and in school for God for a long time. I mean, I can say things really went bad under Obama. Then Trump stepped in. It got better, and then it went to shit again.
Right. And that's what
And
I'm worried
now
about
it's going to be a hell
children.
of a battle to get it back to better, because we're battling on not only the top, but now that we got to fix this lower division crap that they're pushing, and that
Right.
is exactly what people are falling for. I keep saying it. The extreme left and the extreme right are making the rest of us look bad. Let's drop them in a state or two. Let them have their little civil war while we go ahead and fix the rest of the country. Problem solved.
Right. Works for me.
My dad liked that idea too.
Okay.
But anywho's,
Okay. What next?
I'll keep ranting if someone doesn't tell me to shut the hell up.
I'm not going to say that, but what do you have up for me next?
What you just sent me up in Discord.
Okay.
Um,
And I
Here we
haven't
are.
heard this yet, so
I can hit play.
this came from us from Blue.
Okay, this is from Blue Rose as well.
Yes, ma'am.
I think she should be impeached. I think she's terrible. Is she originally from Somalia? Yes, sir. So how are they doing it? How's their government? Do they have a president? Do they have a council? Do they have anything? Do they have police? I love these people that come from a place with nothing, no anything, and then they tell us how to run our country. No, I think if she got censured, that's great. If she got impeached, that's even better.
However,
They
she didn't get
impeached me twice
censured.
for nothing. And they impeached me knowing the Republicans are on my side, so they knew it was just. But they impeached me twice. She should be impeached, and it should happen fast. I think she should be impeached. I think she's.
However, the Senate, or whichever it was, the House or whatever it was, decided not to censure her because of 4 idiot Republicans. I saw that earlier today.
I told you it was going to happen. And which assholes were they?
Oh God, if I can't remember, someone Flood, some other, and like little known people. They're not really out there.
You know, it doesn't matter. This is what the piss I'm talking about. If that would have
Uh-huh.
been the Dems, it would have been a straight blank to 0. All right?
Yep.
But the Republicans are a bunch of effing, and you know I hate the P word worse than all, and I won't say it. They
Yes.
are.
They're
Can't
spineless
stand it.
jellyfish and squids
Son of
and
a bitch.
octopi.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yep, I saw the post earlier today.
Oh my
Everybody was
god, I
livid
didn't
about
know
it.
that.
Uh-huh. Yep. With crap like this, Omar, I can't help but lean towards where was it? Um, I can't help but lean toward this being a big production movie. Too many crimes by people in power, no arrest means it's purposeful. And that's exactly.
Uh-huh.
It's been going on for so long, so many decades, because too many families had to have both parents working. No one's paying attention to what's going on. By the time they get home, they're too exhausted for anything. They don't want to watch the news. They want to watch the sitcom after a long day at work.
Well,
so that's what happens.
You can't call these people and you cannot email them. So
they won't answer.
No, well, not only that, but unless you live in that jurisdiction, right? I from Pennsylvania, I cannot call Indiana's senators.
Oh yeah, that too.
Okay, I can't do that. The only thing that I could think to do is to write a letter.
Yeah, and as much as, my senator is pretty darn decent. Same with my representative where I'm at. I've got Rand Paul and what's his face? I can't remember, a little known dude on his like second term in House of Representatives. They're pretty decent at towing the line and keeping with what the people want. I mean, Rand Paul can sometimes get on my nerves with a few things, but for the most part, I agree with a lot of what he's been suggesting with the financial changes to the government, the medicinal autonomy, where you get to say what you want and when you want it. So, absolutely, I will support that. But I can't speak for other people. I was shocked as shit that Fetterman's been siding with the Republicans on a lot of things lately. He is absolutely not falling in step. I guess it's a good thing Nancy Pelosi isn't around. She'd be trying to get rid of him.
Well, she is around. She's just not in charge.
Yeah, well, she's evidently not in charge because he is refusing to go with the stupid shit from the Democrats.
Right.
So, yep. You're in commie Connecticut. Our leaders got in through election fraud and it sucks. Yeah. Well, I'm in a red state with a Democrat governor. Explain how that works. I mean, I still can't figure that one out.
So the Republicans were Mike Flood from Nebraska, Jeff Hurd from Colorado, Tom McClintock of California, and Corey Mills of Florida.
That makes sense. They should have been Democrats. The California, the Colorado, and the one from Florida. I know the name Corey Mills, and might as well have been a Democrat. So there's that.
Huh. Oh, they're all...
Cannabis. You don't need to live in the county or the state. Call a Congress member. Call them and tell them to kick rocks and unless voice your concerns. Start pushing back on other Republicans to do the right thing. That's true. We could call them and tell them to start pushing back harder. Get everybody to stay in check. You're in New Mexico or New America, LOL. We are the land of entrapment. That too. The CIA, FBI. Anywho's, speaking of FBI, actually, that brings us into our next topic. Look at that.
What about?
This is a bomb squad Oh no, sorry, the FBI one's later. This is that bomb that was at the Turning Point USA headquarters in Phoenix.
Right.
But we do have an FBI office that got attacked. That is a little bit later. But do we know if the bomb actually went off or was it a
No,
failed?
it was failed.
Okay. Let's see if anyone actually says anything or if this is just footage. Oh, it's footage.
So that is a bomb tech on scene right now. There was a bomb robot that was doing an initial inspection of the bag. I'm going to scoot over here.
Yeah, scoot way the heck over, dude.
Left outside
What?
the Turning Point USA campus. Right there. Just down the sidewalk. It looks like he is now taking a look. Not sure
How close is that guy?
what he found, but that's it. We'll see what comes out of this.
Okay, he doesn't look like he's very far away. Shrapnel can fly depending on what's inside to make it go boom.
Hmm?
Dude, I get it, you're at the barrier, but like, dude. Oh, people with no concern for their own safety.
Who's going to run? He saw the, you know.
You can't run if they accidentally trigger it.
Hmm?
I mean, that dude's in a massive bomb suit that it will protect to a degree, but you can still die even in those suits. Like, oh my lord. This is the mom side of me coming out. This is the mom side that would be over there taking him by his ear and dragging him back home.
Well, he just had a story to tell. Go ahead, continue, or is it over?
Oh, that was it for the
Okay,
video.
40 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just says bomb squad was given the all clear after a possible explosive was found outside Turning Point USA headquarters in Phoenix. The left's effort to terrorize Turning Point USA employees is both sick and illegal. Now, I heard something today that Trump actually labeled Antifa as a terrorist organization.
Correct. That is correct.
I don't know if Congress has passed that or does it need Congress to do that?
And who knows? It's probably under an executive order. Everything is these days. All this crap's kept in alphabetical order by in a big black binder.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Okay.
A big black binder in a box in a basement that nobody's keeping an eye on.
There you go. Or in a car, unattended.
Or in a
the
dumpster, or in a
garage.
garage, or in an office at Penn State.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Sorry.
Oh, let's read Art's comment. Oh, gosh.
Whole new meaning to smile. Wait for the flash. I mean, I grew up around farms. I'm used to hearing the dynamite explosions to pull trunks and stuff out of the ground, the deeper roots, the bigger rocks. I mean, I'm okay with it, but like some of these people just like, I know you don't stand that close.
Thank you, Blue. I already did.
Jokes on Trump. Antifa's just an idea. Alrighty.
Okay, the chat's being
Cannabis bombs. That's so 1990s. We have drones, people. Drones.
True.
Oh my god! Again, the 1990s. It just takes me back because I literally lived like less than 3 miles from the Nichols farm during the Oklahoma. We moved just before. It was like 2 years before the Oklahoma City bombing. We moved to our new house and got out of that area. But it's just like, and what's worse is that the 2 weeks before the first Trade Center bombing in the 1990s, yeah, guess who was in the Trade Center buildings 2 weeks before the first one? I am like a magnet for this kind of crap. I just miss it.
Wow.
Like, it's jacked up. Oh,
Okay,
anywho.
what's next?
Go ahead and read it. I gotta.
Okay, this is just a summary that Erika Kirk has been appointed to the chair for Turning Point USA after her husband's death. So they voted unanimously for Erika Kirk to become the CEO and chair of the board. Obviously, the election followed the fatal shooting of him. And I read a story prior to this that, which was deeply disturbing. And I'm actually working on a couple other pieces that we'll probably have either later in the week or early next week. Exactly what went on in his shooting and the death of him, but that he actually expressed concern to her that in the event of his death, he wanted her to take over as chair and CEO.
Well, he's been getting death threats for
Right,
quite some time. I'm sure
right,
this was something they took into consideration.
right. But this was a little bit more emphatic.
Yeah.
Turning Point, as we mentioned before, was founded in 2012 by Charlie, reported $85 million in revenue for fiscal year 2024, and has a presence on over 3,500 campuses. Erika Kirk
Which
pledged,
just jumped to a hell of a lot more after
yes,
this happened.
right. Erika Kirk pledged to carry on her late husband's mission, expressing he was targeted because he promoted values of patriotism, faith, and God's compassionate love. The board pledged to uphold Kirk's vision as a memorial service at Glendale State's Farm Studio on September 21st is expected to draw thousands, including prominent political figures.
I
So
pray security is going to be a hell of a lot better this time.
I hope so. Please, everybody say a little prayer the next couple days that everybody's going to be okay.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
I will be praying.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we will know. I'm knocking on wood. Superstitious me. Um, I'm praying for it.
Right,
I do. I pray nothing bad happens like this again, except history has told us this is just the beginning.
right.
All right. Next on our list was the FBI office in Pittsburgh.
Uh-huh. So this happened in my neck of the woods. By He's in custody and he targeted the FBI office, which I had been at several times.
That's always fun.
Uh-huh.
The question is, why were you there? What did you do?
Ooh, you'll never know.
Wow, he actually rammed it with his car.
Yes, he did.
What a dumbass.
Uh-huh. Do you want to hit play for that or?
Yeah, we can do play. I mean,
Okay.
it's only 2 minutes.
Okay.
Now in custody after an attack on an FBI office in what the Bureau is calling an act of terror. The FBI says Donald Henson used his car to intentionally ram the entrance gate of its Pittsburgh field office early this morning and then ran away, leaving the car behind. No one was injured. And after an hours-long search, Henson was arrested. NBC's Aaron McLaughlin is following this story for us. Aaron, what details have we learned about this?
Well, Kate, according to the FBI, the suspect, Donald Henson, rammed his car at 2:40 a.m. in the morning into the gates just behind me at this field office outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He got out of the car, draped the gate, according to the FBI, in an American flag on the side of the car were a reference to suicide. Now, authorities are still investigating motive. They are calling this a terror attack because they say they believe he was purposefully targeting this FBI field office. Take a listen to what they had to say.
We look at this as an act of terror against the FBI. This was a targeted attack on this building. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but we are going to exhaust every ability we have under the federal law to find, apprehend, and prosecute this subject to the fullest extent.
Now, according to that FBI special agent, Henson had a history, a documented history of mental health. He'd also filed a complaint with this FBI field office weeks prior. Authorities say that that complaint did not make much sense. They nevertheless investigated, but declined to push it further. Then this attack happened just weeks later. Authorities right now are working to piece together whether that had anything to do with his motive behind what happened here in the early hours of the morning.
Kate. Erin McLaughlin, thanks so much.
So that's how I get things done. I take my car and I ram it into wherever, and that way I'll get whatever I want. I'll get somebody's attention.
Okay. That's
We
not
begin
what
this
I would
hour
suggest.
with
Hold on.
your money.
There we go. Now it'll shut the hell up. I wouldn't suggest doing that because your car insurance is going to skyrocket.
This is true.
Do you really want that?
This would be true. All right.
With the cost of everything else these days.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. But I'm glad they at least got him.
Right. Well, yeah, the dumbass, hits the...
Left his car. It wasn't that hard to find
and
him.
leaves, and, well, what? He never heard of fingerprints, I guess? Or the tag?
Driver's... Yeah, I was going to say the license plate, the VIN number, the registrations.
Right. Duh. Okay.
Oh.
Good criminal you are. All right. You're
oh
hired.
my God, some people.
Yep.
All right.
What's next?
Next one. It took me a minute to remember what this was about when I was bringing it into the show notes, but yeah.
Okay. So this is that Senator Rick Scott from Florida leads a unanimous passage of resolution designating October 14th National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. Today, Senator Rick Scott on the Senate floor called for the passage of his resolution honoring the legacy of Charlie Kirk by designating October 14th, 2025 as a National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk, which passed by unanimous consent. The resolution is co-sponsored by Senators, and I don't need to read all them, you can see that, and is leading, there's a companion resolution in the House of Representatives.
Okay.
We don't need to go through.
Read all that.
Right. There's a whole, so in the description is listed who the co-sponsors are, as well as the statement from Senator Scott's remarks, his full remarks. This is from his actual website, so you can go on there and listen to what he has to say, but it did pass the Senate unanimously.
Now, the one thing that people are pointing out, the irony to this is October 14th is also George Floyd's birthday.
No, it ain't.
Yeah.
Really?
Let me double check. Hold on.
Well, somebody got to be born on a specific day, but...
Yep, October 14th is 73.
Wow.
He was 20 years older than Charlie Kirk.
Wow.
To the day. So the irony is, for all the riots of George Floyd that helped lead to the chaos we are seeing today, The
Maybe
irony.
yeah, maybe that's the payback, right?
Yeah, it will now be Charlie Kirk
No,
Remembrance
no,
Day.
what'll happen is half the country will be celebrating George Floyd's birthday, the other half will be doing Charlie Kirk's. And somewhere in the middle, we'll be celebrating Eric's birthday.
That's right. He shares a
Yep,
birthday too.
correct. Yep, unbelievable.
Well, they picked his birth date. Charlie Kirk was born October 14th of 93.
Right.
So they actually picked his birthday, not realizing that he shared a birthday with George Floyd. So that's why I said the irony of it is I don't think they thought it through.
Well, I'm sure they needed it to be meaningful, right? And
Yes.
so I'm sure that they probably looked at some other dates, but
Well, they didn't want to probably overshadow September 11th by doing it on the 10th, the day he died.
right.
So it's yeah, we'll see how it goes in the years to come and how long it takes for people to get over their differences, and hopefully we won't have any
But
problems in the coming years.
it's not considered a national holiday though, correct?
It'll be a national day of remembrance, not it's not going to be like Martin Luther King Day.
Right.
I don't think it will be a national holiday.
Right.
But it might be. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't know. That's a good point. I thought they waited a couple of years before they even did that with Martin Luther King, and JFK didn't even get a day.
No.
But JFK really wasn't that great. So I mean,
No, they
when you
probably
look at
wait
the actual history,
then you'd need all well, they do list all the presidents' birthdays, you
yeah,
know.
but we don't get a day off for it.
Mhm.
If Juneteenth can be a holiday, why can't Captain Kirk's Day be a thing? Okay. And he did put Captain Kirk because he is referring to Captain Kirk. Yeah, long story.
Okay. That had to be Arby. I, kn-
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't even
That would be an
I
Arby.
can't see without my glasses on, so all right.
I can't see without. Oh, okay, without your glass.
Correct.
It sounded like for a minute my brain. Anyways,
Okay.
we're gonna let my brain stop. We still
Okay, go
got two
ahead.
more things to
What's
cover.
next?
Um, you sent this over. It was from Axios.
Tensions. Now we just heard that the Senate passed the National Day of Remembrance for Charlie Kirk. However, tensions now erupt among the House Dems over the vote whether or not to honor Charlie Kirk.
Sorry, I'm
Okay.
busy giving dirty looks to other people in the room, blowing their nose. Oh, we have to subscribe to finish reading.
Uh, well,
Bugger.
hold on, cause no, we don't. Hold on, one moment, please. Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
Unless you just want to read it and I'll keep it on this page.
Hold on. One moment, please. I can't do this all. Let's see.
It was not autocorrect's fault.
Okay, I have it here. Okay, so a resolution to honor conservative activist Charlie Kirk and condemn his assassination has been the subject of frenzied talk among House Democrats this week as some lawmakers grapple with how to vote on it. Kirk was not beloved by Democrats. but some in the party fear that anything short of a unanimous vote for the resolution could be a messaging coup for the Republicans. People are worried that we're being totally set up, one House Democrat told Axios, on the condition of anonymity and autonomy. No, and not autonomy. Oh, I quit. I give up. I'm going to bed. You can
So the
handle it.
House basically said, we're going to kick this
Yes.
around, even though the
Thank
Senate
you.
was all on the same page.
Correct. Hakeem Jeffries said in a closed-door meeting that leadership will vote for the resolution, according to multiple lawmakers who were present. His leadership team is not whipping the resolution, however, leaving lawmakers to decide for themselves how they plan to vote. The House is set to vote this week, which would be tomorrow, on whether or not it passes. The resolution, it's 5 pages long. It praises Kirk as a courageous American patriot who sought to elevate truth, foster understanding, and strengthen the republic. Charlie Kirk personified the values of the First Amendment, exercising his God-given right to speak freely, challenge prevailing narratives, and did so with honor, courage, and respect for his fellow Americans, it says. Jasmine Crockett, our girl, Miss Batter
Oh,
Eyelashes,
let's crack it.
Batter Eyelashes, I like, is planning to vote against the resolution.
Screw her, she don't matter.
She said she's not sure what is honorable about Charlie Kirk's statements.
What was honorable about Martin Luther King? Except he tried to unite people, even if he was a bunch of horrible things behind the scenes.
Right. So, yeah, and it just goes on with various Dems making comments on why or why not they are going to vote for or against it and their rationale.
Most of them are idiots who've never
Yeah,
bothered to watch his stuff, or
if
they've watched it and they're just pushing propaganda.
yeah, let me since that Axios didn't pop, I don't need to read this, but we will post this article from The Hill in the description below.
I'll need you to send it to me.
I'm doing it right now as
Oh,
we speak.
I
I'm
just heard it ding.
ding
I just was.
dong, ding ding
Sue me.
ding.
Sue me. Sue me. I'm getting
Yeah.
there. There's
Uh-huh.
a bit of a lag thing going on here.
So the exactly what we discussed will be in the description below for you to read, so you do not have to go out to Axios to subscribe to listen to what the idiot Dems had to say.
Oh, they're all idiots.
Okay, what do we got next?
Foreign propaganda interfering with our stuff.
Yes, and this is just a summation as well. So foreign disinformation campaigns exploit Charlie Kirk's assassination. Foreign adversaries have used fake social media accounts, bots, and disinformation to portray the U.S. as dangerous after the assassination of Charlie Kirk, with conspiracy theories claiming shadowy forces orchestrated it. Chinese propaganda focused on Kirk's violent death to paint the United States as a nation of violent gun owners and extremists, while Russian voices tied it to the United States' support for Ukraine and blamed the Ukrainian government. Pro-Iranian groups claimed Israel was behind Kirk's death, and this conspiracy theory spread to white supremacist groups in the United States, showing how such claims can spread online despite barriers. So, I guess we're up against challenges here from other countries, but what are they actually saying to their own citizens? I mean, you have China obviously going out saying that, telling their people we're violent gun owners, extremists. Russia saying that, the reason this happened was for our ties and support to Ukraine and blaming the Ukrainian government. I think this stuff has always been going on, the propaganda. The fact that they're able to do it online just makes it all the quicker.
Yes.
That's all. You're getting
Yes.
you're getting it instantaneously from TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, anywhere and everything, and people are falling for this stuff all the time. So,
Well, we added a whole forum where I've been going through and debunking the conspiracies I can,
right,
and actually found a couple of things that raised a few eyebrows
correct,
on me. And I've only got two, so
right. There you go.
I developed two extra eyebrows to raise.
Well, I thought it could be that unibrow thing, maybe.
No, I developed two extra eyebrows on top
Okay,
of the ones I already have.
gotcha,
They're about an inch above them
gotcha.
because I was quite surprised by something I found. I thought it would be an easy debunk situation, like, oh, they did this because of some. Well, actually, here we've still got time. Let me just play that video.
Okay,
I can pull it up. I'll pull up what I found because I put it as a short. So I can do that. Here we go. Oh, nope. Let me put it right here. So, I cut this from somebody else's stuff. What he hasn't said yet, and this is in the whole video, is they pulled down this security camera 5 minutes after they removed Charlie Kirk's body. That's not the alarming part. Let me show you guys the alarming part.
okay, and hold on 1 second, Crazy B. This is
Yes.
Jesus and Enrique Rosa.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I can't get nothing's
I
working.
got it.
Thank you. He is the body language guy that we reference. Now, there are other body language experts out there that most of the guys say similar things that we see. I just happen to like him a lot. So sue
He's
me.
pretty fair and balanced when it
Yes,
comes
he
to
is.
political statements.
Correct.
So, yes, and that's actually one of the people I put quite a bit from the debunking the conspiracies and providing some
Right,
his videos. He's been doing an amazing job covering this.
right.
So,
ahead.
let me hit play and I put a red arrow and I'll pause it and explain it as we go.
This mounts the camera. Why are you? I need to see the camera. Okay, wait a second until the camera is tilted on the other way. So apologize. And he gets the camera.
They literally just pulled that camera down within 5 minutes of them moving Charlie Kirk out of there.
Some people say that he made sure to get the SD card from the camera, the memory of the camera away. Let's see. I don't know what he's doing right now. He opens something in the camera, or he's doing something to the camera. He looks at the other guy.
They're looking suspicious.
He looks around to see what's happening here. We don't know what he's doing. And he's got something in his hands. And he goes away. Well, I didn't see him having anything in his pocket. Let's see if he walks away. He's got Is this the same guy? I don't know if that's the same guy. Let me see. No, it's two different. This enters, the other gets out. The other guy, maybe he.
And what I'm going to point out, let me back this up for a brief second. Because when he comes back, actually, I can't. When he comes back over here, he can grab that from him. And now he's walking off with a hat in his hand. And you're going to watch. It's going to kind of look like he put something in the hat before he puts it on his head.
Saves the memory card
And
or whatever he got from that camera.
So did he take something and never turn it in?
Who is he?
We don't know. I have no clue. I'm sure the FBI is already working on this. And again, I'm not saying it's part of a big conspiracy. I just find it eyebrow raising. Why would you take the SD card and drop it in your hat?
You don't need to raise, and you didn't need to grow 2 new eyebrows above your other 2. This is freaking suspicious.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
No.
I'm saying it's suspicious. I'm not saying it's part of a conspiracy or anything. I just find it suspicious. It is something worth watching and paying attention to. I don't know if they're part of something. Maybe they are trying to derail something, but they look like they're part of the Charlie Kirk team. But what if they're not? At this point, I don't think anybody's checking anything. I mean, how people were getting in without being carded or ID'd or making sure they had a ticket. This could be anybody. No wonder they were looking around suspicious. And I do have the link to the whole video in the description, but I do find it very bizarre that this happened. Now, again, I'm keeping an open mind. They might be just holding it to give it to an FBI and they don't want to lose it on the way there. I don't know. It's just creepy the way they were looking around like they were doing something wrong, all within 5 minutes of about 5 minutes after Charlie Kirk was pulled out and taken to the hospital.
We have time. Start it again and let's see it again.
Okay.
He dismounts the camera. Why are you? I need to see the camera. Okay, wait a second until the camera is tilted on the other way. So apologize. And he gets the camera. Some people say that he made sure to get the SD card from the camera, the memory of the camera away. Let's see. I don't know what he's doing right now. He opens something in the camera, or he's doing something to the camera. He looks at the other guy. He looks around.
He doesn't look like law
See
enforcement.
what's happening here. We don't know what he's doing, and he's got something in his hands.
And the way he gets behind his tent, and then you watch this guy over here start heading over to him.
Anything in his pocket.
See,
Let's see if he walks
moves over and then takes off and puts something in his hat.
He's got. Is this the same guy? I don't know if that's the same guy.
And it's going to play again.
Let me see. No, it's two different. This enters, the other gets out. The other guy, maybe he saves the memory card or whatever he got from that camera.
Yeah. And Arby, until proven otherwise, the simplest and most likely explanation is that he's TD USA employee and was collecting the video card to give to the feds. That's why I said I'm keeping an open mind. But why would they look suspiciously around like they were going to get in trouble for doing it? And yes, the FBI can most definitely identify their asses. I agree. And that's why I said I don't know if it's part of a cover-up or they're withholding evidence or they're trying to get evidence to somebody else. I just find it, why were they looking suspicious while doing it? If they had every right to do that, why were they looking around like they were going to get in trouble for it?
Right.
That's my only question. they just, again, I don't like starting conspiracy theories, but this was brought up as a conspiracy theory that they stole the card, and it does look like they did that because of the, again, guilty expressions, looking around, the guilty behaviors. I just, again, we'll see. The feds are looking into this. They said there was 20 something other people being investigated. um I know they want to see a conspiracy. It's just, again,
But
they
you, it
they
looks
look
like really,
suspicious.
it really looks like nobody's around. And is this immediately after it happened? Does it say earlier on in
It
the
said,
video?
yeah, and earlier on it said about 5 minutes after Charlie Kirk's body was removed, that camera got pulled down and the SD card was taken.
Do we know how
That's
his body was there?
His body was not there. They
No,
had
no.
just
Do we
removed
know
it.
how long his body was there on scene?
A matter of moments. They literally put pressure on him and moved him to a car and drove him straight to the hospital themselves. As
Okay.
soon as they were able to,
Right.
first make sure no one else, there's no more bullets flying, and then move. So
Okay.
I would say no more than 10 minutes after the shot was fired. Not even, because he would have been dead. They had to move faster than that. So again, I'm just saying suspicious looking behavior. Let the feds work into it. I know they will. I'm sure they've already got their hands on this footage. And if I'm not mistaken, a few people have already reported this video to the feds. And it's just, again, why would they be suspicious looking? And again, I'm not blaming any one conspiracy. Okay. I'm not saying it's Israel. I'm not saying it's Antifa. I'm not saying it's his own people against him. I just wonder if it was a random group, two people there who wanted the footage for whatever purpose, sick mental purpose they have.
Right.
They could have just taken it for their own memorabilia type of thing. They could have been two bystanders for all we know.
Exactly.
It just doesn't look right. And that's why I say could be employees, it could be bystanders, it could be all kinds of things. It's eyebrow raising.
Correct.
That's all I'm leaving it at. And again, hopefully the feds got this and are looking into it
Okay.
because it's just weird. It's really weird.
Okay. Do we have
So,
time for
yeah,
one
other
more?
than that, that's pretty much all we got for the day.
Is that real? Is that
What was
true?
that?
What time is it? Oh, 8:56.
Yeah,
Okay. No, 8:50.
yes.
All right. So tomorrow, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, comment, all of that. If you haven't done so already, please join the Discord, and we'll be back tomorrow then from 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with the screaming child that is teething, that is known as the beloved JJ, who, oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say.
The future Guatemalan dictator.
Yes.
My sons dubbed him that, for those
Yeah,
who are new.
correct. So, I'm down for calling it a little bit early then. This
I
cold
am
is
okay
still
with
getting,
that as well.
yes, this cold is getting to me. So,
Oh, I totally feel you on that one. Like, you hear my allergies. So I've been this way for over a week now, barely able to breathe. I've already seen the footage. I don't need to see it again.
exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah,
People showing me videos. I've already seen uncensored footage. I don't want to see it again.
right.
I am not one of those morbid fascination people. I'm sorry. Once was enough, and I refuse to play it for any reason.
Right.
So I am very aware of that footage because I saw it just before we went live that day that it happened. So yeah, no, I'm all good. I definitely am all good with it. So,
Okay.
oops, shit. I'm bumping my keyboard against my boom for my mic.
All right.
But
Well, with that being said, everybody have a good evening, and we will see you tomorrow.
Yep, y'all stay sane, stay safe, stay sober. I forgot to add the hidden image today, so we will do that tomorrow. My bad. I got a little sidetracked with a few things all at once. It'll be on tomorrow, or maybe I'll do 2 tomorrow to make up for it. We'll see. Either way,
All right, everybody, have a good night.
have a good night, folks.